What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Q Monster here, back at it once again. I am going to do a review of AKA Charlie Sheen, the one and only Charlie Sheen Harper. Well, I mean that's from this 2.5 Man character show, you know. But yeah. So I did finally did watch like 2 episodes, AKA Charlie Sheen's life, his whole backstory, his whole origin, you know, and yeah, I mean, as far as I learned about the man, it's saying he was just a mess. He was just abusing a whole lot of, a whole lot of constant drugs of what he was going through and what made him, you know, do all these crazy things that they were discussing in his documentary. What I'm saying, about his lifestyle and his choices in life and everything, with all the pain he caused by others, even the people that you know that was his family that loved him a whole lot. What I'm saying, he was causing a lot of problems with a lot of people that he know and loved. What I'm saying. Um, it was just crazy for what I was hearing. Behind the scenes. And that's another thing though. It's like every time I watch these shows and movies, and you watch these actors, what I'm saying, they just work their butt off, what I'm saying, to put on a good show. And then when that stuff is over with, it's like they go back to their normal life, their real life thing that they go on behind the scenes. And then once you hear about it, you be like, man, like this dude was just doing what? He did that? He did this? I'm like, I'm like, bruh. I'm like, and like I said, I mean, he's like, he's everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? He's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Dude is funny. And like I said, I mean, I've seen some of his movies and I've seen some of his shows. Especially with 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Because I mean, Charlie Sheen and Alan Harper. You know what I'm saying? The way they play them characters. You know what I'm saying? It's hilarious. And I seen almost all of them. Even when Charlie Sheen stopped playing those roles, what I'm saying, they chose a different actor that played them in the 2.5 Men shows. Um, like man, they had like a lot of seasons, man. But there was a whole lot of good moments in that show, man, and it was pretty interesting. I really did love it. I mean, I was giving every show, every season like a 10 out of 10 because I was just enjoying it. but um, but yeah, man. I mean, like with Charlie Sheen, bruh, that's just crazy. I mean, you talking about a man that was just, you know, trying to do everything he can to put on a show, even when he's like, you know, in the scenes, or if he's like, out of the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, back in, behind the scenes. And you see all this craziness that he was dealing with. All the stuff that he was doing, all the, shameful things that he was doing to other people and everything. I mean, especially when he had at least about like, I don't know how many wives he had. I mean, dude got 5 kids and got 3 granddaughters and everything. And I'm like, man, this dude was just living it. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of consequences that was going on, you know, beyond that. But yeah, it was just crazy. It's a life lesson learned, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, we understand you're rich, you know, I understand you want to do a lot of crazy things, but it's just like, bruh, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth your career? You know what I'm saying? Is it even worth it for your life, for your family? You know what I'm saying? So it was just insane, man. And then I hear about stories like this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Be happening in the real world. You know what I'm saying? People be overdosing. And all these drugs they just be consuming. They get exposed to it, and all of a sudden it's just hard to get out of it. They just get in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to stay in it. You know, that's the only way to keep them going. But it's just, but you're gonna be suffering the consequences all the way in the end. You know, when you get exposed by the type of stuff, you know, type of drugs or alcohol, smoking, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the craziness that all these, you know, stuff they got all around the world. You know what I'm saying? That people get exposed. People get exposed of. It's just hard to get out of it. But man, but it was a pretty good, interesting documentary about this man. You know, and I hardly ever watch documentaries. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I watch some, but just not all of them. Um, I did watch the Vince McMahon one. You know what I'm saying? That was insane too. What was going on behind the scenes on that too? This is all on Netflix too. You know what I'm saying? They got it all on Netflix. You know, so. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting story though. I mean, pretty interesting documentary. I recommend go ahead and check it out. You know, if you're a Charlie Sheen fan. Um, so that's all I can say about it. But that's all I got. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Rating for it, I give it like a 10 out of 10 for it. So y'all let me know what's up. And if you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button, and always subscribe it and share it. And I'm gonna catch you guys later. Deuces.